Hi and welcome to my channel. My name is Jasmine if you're new here. Today we are going to be doing our January 2025 goals reflection video. I can't believe the month is already over. This year is truly flying by. So with that being said, we're gonna hop right into the video. I am a wife, a mom of two under two. I'm married. I live in Orlando, Florida with my husband, and I'm a homeowner and a corporate girly. So, well, I have a 9-to-5 corporate job that I work remote. So that was a mouthful, but I just like to give that little insert as to who I am as a person. So I don't know if you have seen the previous video before, but last month I did a whole 2025 New Year's goals video. So if you haven't seen that, you can go ahead and just click up above, or I'll link it down below. So this was definitely a busy, jam-packed month. I have a 4-month-old and a 2-year-old, and I also do work a full-time job. My husband is hybrid, so we take care of our 4-month-old together at home. And eventually we're gonna have to put him in daycare because working a full-time job is extremely taxing, and having a baby at home is quite difficult. But we'll get more into that later. So, goal number 1, content. I posted 4 long-form videos. This will be the 5th video. I posted 4 reels from those, 4 YouTube shorts from those videos. What else did I do? And I also created a website that is functional. Now, it definitely needs improvements, but one of my goals was to create a website that could showcase my kind of act as like my portfolio for future brands, and as a creative outlet for me to also still blog if I want to. So we got that started, but it definitely could use some tweaking and just kind of some overall work, but we'll figure that out as the months go on. Health. I'm struggling a bit in this category. I kind of have this issue where I'm not getting enough rest because my newborn doesn't sleep through the night, and then I'm taking care of my newborn during the day. We don't have a lot of people here to help us, and then as soon as we get off of work, we have another child to tend to. So my husband and I are kind of always swapping a kid, never truly getting enough time to focus entirely on what we need to do. So rather than me getting lots of rest and lots of help and then being able to focus on better eating, I'm kind of exhausted. But I will say we're working on sleep training with baby number 2. So we're definitely getting longer stretches of sleep. So although I didn't make as much progress with my weight or health as I wanted to, but I know that as the months go by and he starts to get older and bigger and sleeps longer, that's definitely going to play a factor. Family and friends. So we went to Miami for a weekend trip. If you don't know, I was born and raised in South Florida, and so was my husband. We moved here December of 2016 and have been here ever since. For some people, 3.5 hours is short, and for some people it's long. I feel like before I had my kids, driving to Miami, I would do that. I wouldn't stop. 3.5 hours, not an issue. I would get off of work on a Friday, drive down, and just have a good time. But now with kids, it has become a bit more challenging because I have to plan for them, their sleep schedules, their food. So rather than just not seeing any of my family and friends, we make sure to FaceTime them, invite people over to our house. And even though the prep and the driving down to see family kind of sucks a bit, I know once we get there, we always have an amazing time. And we definitely did. I got to see my grandparents. On my dad's side, I got to see all of their family. And then on my mom's side, I got to see my mom, my grandma, cousins, and it just was really fun. And we also got to celebrate my grandparents' 50th wedding anniversary, which was so special. We went to Bahama Breeze, and to be honest, I'm not a fan of Bahama Breeze. I feel like I've just never had good experiences. But if you're from the South Florida Broward area, I would not go to the Bahama Breeze in Pembroke Pines. I would go to the one in Sawgrass. It's a bit out of the way, but when I tell you the food was good, I don't even drink alcohol. And the Bahama Mama that I had, It was so good. Yeah. And then what else did I do? Oh, I also went to Korean barbecue and hot pot with my friend Shay. That was such a good time just to kind of de-stress and get out of the house. We had such a good time. I need to plan like something else for the month of February. I'm not sure what yet, but preferably something with my oldest son. But we'll see how that goes. Career wise, okay, so my three main goals was PMP, MBA, and potential job. For the PMP program, my job offers tuition reimbursement, but the school that they use is really expensive. And I thought to myself, if I wouldn't pay for this on my own, then I don't want to do it through my job. Because if for any reason, if I left my job, I would be on the hook for it. So I decided to enroll in the FIU MBA program, the one that's the live, it has an instructor-led course, and because I am an alumni, I get like $200 off the program. So I'm doing that one for my PMP cert class, and I had to apply for a loan so that I can get reimbursed for my job. So once that is done, then I'll be able to enroll. So at least in the next, probably in the first half of February, I should have access to the course. So I'll let you guys know how that goes. And then also for the MBA, I narrowed it down to 3 potential schools. I know that there are a lot of schools like DeVry or Western Governors University, WGU, that offer 100% schools online. But if I'm going to get an MBA, I want to walk across the stage. So I wanted to choose a school in Florida that I could go to so that I could walk across the stage. I'm in Orlando, but I don't care if I have to go to Jacksonville or Fort Myers to go to school. So my top choice is Florida Gulf Coast, University of North Florida, and then WGU. Florida Gulf Coast, their tuition is super cheap. I think it's like 33 credits, and at the end of it, I think I would be paying about $12,100 for the entire MBA program, which is amazing. If I went to UNF, it'd be about $17,000. And then for WGU, it's like a flat rate of $47.50 per semester. So I would try and get that done in 2 semesters, which would be 1 year. Now, the only reason I'm not sure about which school I'm going to go to is because my undergrad, I was working a full-time job. I was in school full-time, and I just did not dedicate enough time towards school. So my GPA wasn't that great. I had a 2.75 when I graduated, which, it's not the worst thing, but it's not as high as I would have liked it. So I am going to have to take the GMAT if I wanted to enroll in both of those schools. And originally I wanted to do it in May, but I have to push it out to potentially August or even the next year. But we're going to see how that goes. I'll give you guys an update once I hear back from the school on whether or not I need to take my GMAT or not. Financial, we're going to skip this section. Nothing really big happened. Home. There were 4 things in my home that I wanted to sell: couch, big chair, ottoman, and TV stand. I sold the big chair and the ottoman for $150. I met this super nice lady on Facebook Marketplace, and I'm glad that it's out of my house. The other 2 things have not been sold yet because I kind of got a bunch of lowball offers, and I was like, I'll just wait till the next month to get that done. Real estate. I have my exam scheduled for February 8th. Now, the only thing about that is my husband is going to be out of town for one of those weeks. So I'm not sure how the studying and all that's going to go, if I'm going to need to be able to, if I'm going to have to maybe push it back or not. But that's what I have it scheduled for. So that's my goal. So that'll give me about 2 weeks to actually prepare and get that done. And then the last category, fun. My husband and I have been doing a lot more date nights at home after the kids go to sleep. We have been able to synchronize sorry, I'm getting thirsty. Okay. So, for fun, or I guess I'll say fun. My husband and I have been able to get both of our kids' sleep schedules kind of on the same pattern. Right now, they're both sleeping, so this is a product of that. But at nighttime, both of them go to bed at 8 o'clock. And that gives us at least until like 8 p.m. to like midnight to kind of do what we need to do. Now, of course, I need to be going to bed earlier than that if I'm working a full-time job, but I'm acknowledging that the season that I'm in, something has to be sacrificed. Yes, I would love to get an extra hour of sleep, but if I want to do content, work a full-time job, maybe get a new job, or have any type of training or certifications, I'm going to be a little tired, and that's fine. So, anyway, with all that being said, hubby and I are having date night, after that time. Another thing I wanted to do was a hobby. I think probably next week when we get paid, I'm going to buy a raised garden bed. Our backyard isn't the biggest. We're in a townhome, and I kind of don't want to plant anything in the ground because this is not our forever home, and I just kind of feel like planting something now to kind of destroy it later kind of feels a little silly. So that's going to be something that I'm going to do. I'm going to get on YouTube and figure out which one would work best for me. And I don't know, just kind of see which one I like. I was really into gardening for a while, and then I just kind of stopped once I had kids. And then the last thing, what am I going to do next? As I'm sitting here looking at all of my goals, I am thinking about what I could do better. I think sometimes I get into this mode of like do, rather than stopping, reflecting what is working, what isn't working, and trying to plan and execute. So we're going to take a moment and think about, all right, so I'm back. I had to really think about what worked for me and what did not work for me in the month of January. So one thing that I'm going to be implementing going forward next month, I think for my husband and I to really be able to recharge and be the best versions of ourselves, we need to have a break and detach from the kids and kind of just from everyday life. So I think we should do maybe at least one night a week, we give each other a break. So just say Mondays from 5:30 to 8. One person does the whole nighttime routine with the boys. And for some reason, I feel like when our boys are alone with one parent, they're always calm, they play well, everything goes great. But when we're together, it's like they fight for both of our attention at the same time, which is weird, but it is what it is. I think that will definitely help us feel recharged and be able to get some clarity on just life and be able to just think. Going outside, I want to go on at least 3 walks a week. I'm not talking about doing a 10K run or anything like that. I mean, something as simple as walking to the mailbox and back, or doing a lap around the neighborhood, usually with my newborn because he's always with me. I feel like just detaching from my house really just helps me wake up and detach from all of the craziness of being a full-time employee, working mom of 2, and just not really leaving the house. I mean, working remote has been amazing, but I don't see anybody, I don't go anywhere, and it kind of just makes me stir crazy. Also, try to at least always have something fun planned on the calendar, whether it be as a family, maybe we're gonna go and get ice cream one night, or on Sunday we're gonna go to the park, or I go to get my nails done and then I treat myself to a taco or something by myself one day. Just something to look forward to, so that I don't just start feeling this sense of dread and just, yeah, I feel like that sums it up pretty well. Personally, being remote, it starts to feel like this endless cycle of laundry, wiping butts, wiping noses, cooking dinner, and just cleaning, and having something fun to look forward to that detaches me from my home really helps me out a lot. And if you don't know this, I am an extrovert. I am not an introvert. I am the type of person that if I am home alone too long and not around people, my mental health really does start to decline. And I had to acknowledge that about myself. So yeah. And then lastly, planning our meals and some form of meal prep. On Saturdays or Sundays, I need to know at least what are 4 meals we're going to cook this week. Because if not, we're heading to McDonald's, we're heading to Zaxby's, or whatever. And I'm kind of over it. So for example, yesterday my son and I went to Target. I picked up things so that we could have spaghetti. I wanted my husband to grill, so I bought ribs and chicken. And I think we have stuff for chicken Alfredo, but don't quote me on that. And then I also did some little egg bites. Instead of buying them at Starbucks for like $4 or $5, we just make them here, and they're super easy and quick, and I just pop it right in the microwave and be done with it. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this video. I know it's kind of long, but I had a lot to say. I think I'm going to do a separate video on whether or not I think the MBA is worth it, or if I should just do my PMP certification instead and just kind of where I want to go with my career. I have so much to talk about with that I think it kind of needs its own video. But I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I look forward to hearing from you guys, and please let me know down below what type of videos you want to see. Did you like this video? Did you like the format? Just any type of feedback. And yeah, I'll see you in my next one. Bye.